Hey, everybody. Today, we're starting a new trial. This one is up in New Hampshire. Yeah, we've not been up there yet. So we're going to venture up to Rochester and talk about the snowplow attempted murder trial. Stay tuned. You know the drill. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, consider becoming a member. Welcome back to the channel. Starting a new trial today. I wanted to start this yesterday, but here's what happened. I always have excuses. I get up, I'm ready for opening statements. Put it on, it's on the East Coast, so I'm an hour behind. So they're already into the day, but they don't get started till 9 o'clock my time, which was 10 o'clock their time. So they get started, and the judge comes out and tells them, swears in the jury. And then he says, before the opening statements, we're going to be doing a jury view. I'm like, oh, really? Yes. So they put them all on a bus, take them out to the scene of the crime, the alleged crime, and they get to walk around and look at things. And so I'm thinking, wow, this is going to be an interesting case. It is interesting, but the crime scene is a residential neighborhood. Here is the house that they went to. Here's a picture of the house. That is at 40... I could give you the address. I think they sold the house. That house was listed for $333,000. Anyway, 43 Summer Street in Rochester. So 2 houses adjacent to each other. In this house, 43 Summer Street, is a man named Kyle Violette. He lives there with his wife, his daughter, his son, and grandma lives in the front room. Grandma has since passed away. The daughter did testify during this trial. She is a senior in high school. The son is not involved at all. I don't even know how old he is. But in any case, they live next door to Jason Levesque, who is living in that home with his daughter, his parents, and I don't know who else. There are lots of people. So they go out, the jury, to see this residential neighborhood where this occurred. But keep in mind, the conditions are not the same. This was April 4th of 2024, after a horrendous snowstorm. Inches and inches of snow had fallen. There's snow out there now, but not to the volume that it was that night, which brings up another thing. It occurred at night, 10 p.m. at night. So the lighting is totally different. The snow conditions are totally different. So really the only thing they're gaining is the knowledge of the perception of, whose house is where and where's the driveway and that kind of thing. So they get back from the jury view, and before they do opening statements, we got to have lunch. Yes. We go to lunch. So when they come back from lunch, we finally get opening statements. So the prosecutor stands up and he talks about 6 rounds being fired from a 9mm weapon. And that's what this is all about. 6 rounds fired by a 9mm weapon. In response to Kyle's warning not to put snow in front of his driveway. So this involves a little explanation here. Jason worked running a snowplow. And in the previous 24 hours, previous to this event, I told you, horrendous snowstorm. He had been snowplowing for 24 hours, trying to hit all his contracts. He picks up his daughter, who, I don't know, she's working somewhere. She gets off work. He picks her up. They come home. He's, decides he's going to snowplow their street in front of their home. And At some point, this Kyle Violette comes out quite angrily. There is going to be video footage, some of which they have already shown, that is very difficult to see or make out what's going on. And I'll explain why that is. Kyle comes out and apparently threatens to effing kill his whole family if you put that snow in my driveway. Now, Kyle's driveway is not snow plowed. It's just full of snow, but they had plans to have someone else snow plow it. I guess they just he didn't want the additional snow. In any case, a gun is pulled by Jason Levesque. He is shot through the face. It goes in the left side, out the right side, fractures both of his mandibles, and then lodges next to his carotid artery. So he goes down. After he's down, he's crawling on the ground. Jason Levesque walks over to him and shoots him again. Twice in the buttocks, and I don't know where the other one went, but yeah. 5 more shots. The original shot went into his head. He fires 5 more shots at him while he's on the ground. And according to the prosecutor, there was nothing to justify this, what was being called nearly an execution. Nothing to justify it. So in the state of New Hampshire, if you have a reasonable belief, that's the key here, reasonable. If you have a reasonable belief that your life or you're in danger of great bodily injury or death, great bodily injury or death, you have a right to defend yourself. So that's what the jury is going to have to decide here. Was that threat that Kyle made, I'm going to effing kill your family if you put snow in my driveway, enough to give Jason the reasonable belief that his family's life was in danger? I know, you're seeing the doubt on my face, right? Yeah. Probably the jury's face as well. So let me see where I left off. Oh, so the prosecutor does mention that after the shooting occurs, Jason gets into his truck. His daughter's still in the truck. This is his snowplow. Gets in there and he says to his daughter, "Should I run?" And she's like, "No, you shouldn't run. Stay here." So he stays there, and the police come. He gets out of his vehicle. He tells the police where the weapon is. They get the weapon. They take him into custody. They take him down to the police. Apparently, the police department is like right around the corner. They take him over there. They interview him. And he explains what happened. So, meanwhile, what happened to Kyle? Kyle is severely injured. And the mom runs out, Kyle's wife, she runs out, Angela. She yells to the daughter, "Go get some towels." She goes and gets some towels. They call 911. She said it only took like a minute or two for 911 to get there. But thanks to some very good rescuers, both of who had military combat experience, they saved his life. They get him to a hospital. This hospital where he's at, they quickly realize that the level of his trauma is beyond their ability to care for him. They transfer him to a higher level of care hospital where he spends quite a bit of time recovering after multiple surgeries. So now we get the defense's opening statement, and this guy was dramatic, to say the least. "Don't mess with a mama bear's cub." Okay. That's a saying we like here in this state. You hear it often. I guess there's a lot of bears in New Hampshire. And then he says, "Don't threaten a father's daughter or his family." He said Kyle had a heart full of hate, a brain bathed in rage, and a mouth spewing venom. Very dramatic, isn't it? And that his client, Jason Levesque, reasonably believed that he was in danger of serious bodily injury and that was about to take place. Serious bodily injury was about to take place. Now, the prosecutor pointed out during his opening, no one ever sees Kyle with a weapon. Kyle is not brandishing any weapons. He doesn't have any on him. At no time did he act like he was going for a weapon. None of that. Then this defense attorney says he got what he deserved, what anybody acting that way would deserve. This is very dangerous territory. Like he's treading on some, like no remorse, zero remorse on behalf of Jason, apparently. This guy was a raging maniac, threatening the life of Jason and his family. A raging maniac. Kyle was the initial aggressor. Jason's just minding his own business, trying to get his daughter safely into the house, after an evening of, 24 hours of snow plowing. And then he says, fun fact. Listen, in front of a jury is no place for fun facts. Okay, I'm just saying. Let's get away. Let's not do the fun facts. Fun fact. If Jason wanted to, he could have killed him. He had another magazine. So if he really wanted to kill him, he would have killed him. What? How is that helping your case? I don't know. Anyway, fun fact. Here, ponder this one, jury. I'm sorry. All right, so the one witness took the stand yesterday, and that was Kendra Violette, Kyle's daughter, senior in high school, beautiful girl. She's got hair like down to her knees. It's beautiful, red hair, gorgeous girl, very well spoken, smiling, until she had to describe what occurred. So she describes that she lived in a couple of different places. Their family Monday through Friday would live in Farmington, where she grew up, because she's a senior in high school. They all wanted her to finish her schooling there. So I don't think it was the whole family. The whole family lived on Summer Street, but she would go live with grandma during the week. So this was a Thursday night. She came home to Rochester, where she would live on the weekends with her parents and her brother and a different grandma, because there was going to be no school that Friday, probably a snow day, I would imagine. So, and I can't even, you're out driving around in that? Oh, not me. No thanks. I think I would have stayed in Farmington. But anyway, she comes home. There was some plan that they were all going to watch a movie that night. She does have a job as a hostess. She wasn't working that night. Mom's home, dad's home. They were going to watch a movie. They didn't end up doing that. She ends up in her room. Brother went to bed early. Dad and mom are in their room. She's in her room watching TikTok videos. And her mom comes in and says, Dad's gone out to confront the neighbor about the snow. So as she's walking downstairs, apparently is when he went out the door. So she did not see any, she didn't see his demeanor or hear any of what was said between her father and Jason. By the time she gets downstairs and she looks out the front window, she sees her father walking back towards the house, and she sees Jason take out a gun. Now, they showed this, they have surveillance footage, the Violette family, which was turned over to the police. And they showed it to the jury on a television. So the television is in front of the jury, and the cameraman in the courtroom is just catching like a sliver of the TV. I'm going to show it to you. It's really difficult to make out. But you can hear what is being said in real time. If you listen, you can hear the mom saying, I hope he doesn't do something stupid. I hope he doesn't do something fucking dumb. And then you hear the daughter go, oh no, he has a gun. But this poor girl, she's asked as a witness to view this. And it's chilling. I can't tell what I'm seeing on this TV, but just to hear it happening in real time. You don't hear any of what went on between the two men, just what mom and daughter are saying as they're watching this. So take a listen.
Yeah, can you pause? You had said that earlier that you were able to see essentially Jason get out of his truck. Are you able to identify his door opening in this image?
I do not. When I was watching further to the right-hand side of the window, so I was seeing the very.
Can you play? Can you stop it? And who is this who just left, apparently, your home? And now in the left-hand image, and it may require you to move forward, are you able to identify Mr. Levesque in the far left next to the porch?
I was not out at that time, so no.
Okay. You said you were able to see him from the window.
Yes.
Can we keep playing?
Yep, there he goes. I don't know, he's all the way up there. You better not do anything stupid. Oh, you better not do anything fucking dumb. No, he's gonna stop. He has a gun out of his chest. Ah! He just shot him. He just shot him. Hey!
Can you rewind that to?
Now, I also want to play this young girl, what she said she saw, because it's interesting. Yeah, here's what she said happened that night.
I feel like I interrupted you, and I don't want to necessarily have you talk or relive this, but can you describe to me again, I didn't quite follow what you saw when you looked out the window.
Yeah, when I looked out the window, I saw a truck open, the door open, and I saw Jason Levesque standing out of it. And I saw my dad walking to the house. He was just walking back on the side of the street, on the side of the road. And I saw Jason Levesque just pull the gun out. And that's when I yelled to my mom, he has a gun. And at the time, all I could do was just run out the door. So I ran out the door, and that's when my dad was already on the ground. And I looked at Jason and I said, you shot my dad like 3 times. You didn't say anything.
So I think there's some body cam footage we're going to be seeing. I hope they're not going to show it all on that stupid TV because I can't see a thing. And there's other surveillance footage that may have caught it. But, you know, if you listen to the opening statements, they made it sound like he just comes raging out of the house and he's like this lunatic screaming and hollering. And I don't see that on the video. I see somebody walking out of the house, but, you know, I don't know. Or is this going to be like he said, she said type situation? How much did that daughter hear that was in that truck? That's going to be key. Her testimony, which I don't know if that'll be today or not. So I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great day. Take care, everybody. Bye.